Last week, we livestreamed the completion of the 100% calling card for Black Ops 6 Zombies, and where we've already made a series on the channel going through some of the hardest challenges so that you can do the same, there's still a lot that I have missed off. So in this video, we're going to be discussing all of the challenges and the easiest methods to get them done, so let's just get right to it. Now basically, with this video, I'm going to be showing you all of the calling cards and all of the challenges that you need to, of course, unlock the 100% calling card, which is in the bottom right if you don't know what it is, and where the majority of these challenges are going to be super straightforward, like Carbonated, that requires you to have 3 perks active in one game. We are just going to skip over some of these. I'll of course just show you all of the challenges anyway, but for those challenges that require a little bit more preparation and a bit more like thinking behind it, like random elements, I'll of course explain how I got that done in the quickest time possible, whilst showing you some gameplay of me doing said strats. But as I say, I'm just going to basically go through a quick rundown of everything that you need. I'll have timestamps as well down below, so if there is like a specific section that you need, because of course with Prestige Master they've all got like different names, so if there's a certain challenge that you don't know what to do, feel free to find that section in the description or on the video timer, and then obviously I'll be talking about it at that point in the video. So just to kick things off with the career stuff, so Fresh Meat, Trophy Hunter, and Quarantined, they're all really simple. Like Fresh Meat is simple enough, they're all like really easy challenges, like get 50 eliminations with a certain weapon, and Quarantined is just a bit more like time consuming, so like get 10,000 eliminations with a wonder weapon, or get 50,000 eliminations with a level 3 pack-a-punch weapon. This one actually was one of the last challenges I got done, but there's one in Trophy Hunter which is called Madness, which can be a little bit finicky because it does require you to get 5 or more kills whilst they're affected by 2 elements at the same time, and we did make a specific video for that. But basically the strat for this is to use some form of electricity, whether that's a shock charge or electric blitz on your gun, and as long as you're doing that on Liberty Falls, you can use the wonder weapon, which is the Thrusterdyne, to do the explosion with your left trigger, because when you do that, that actively burns enemies too. So by shocking them with a shock charge or electric blitz, if you just simply then blast them with the Thrusterdyne, that will count as 5 kills, and you've just basically got to do that 100 times. Again, it's a little bit time consuming, but if you want a full guide, that is on the channel too. But again, the Hardened Challenges are super simple, especially the first section, because again, they're just asking you to do certain kills with a certain weapon or ammo type. Freedom can be maybe a little bit tricky, but as long as you're just shooting an amalgam in their head and going for the multiple heads on their bodies, you should get Freedom really simple too. Kit It Out, it's actually relatively simple, but again, time consuming, especially this bad boy, Slow Burn, because with this you need to use the Energy Mine field upgrade and kill special zombies with said Energy Mine whilst an insta-kill is active. Obviously with the introduction of Citadel Daymore, there is also a lot more special zombies in that mode, so you can probably best off do it there. But the idea is to make use of the free insta-kills on each map, as well as possibly the Gobble Gun if you want to use it, and just kill basically any Mangler or Doppelgast with the Energy Mine whenever you do have an insta-kill active. But otherwise, Event Horizon, just melee enemies whilst they're being pulled in by a Casimir. And Hot Swap, all you need to do is basically get a kill with each ammo type, so that again is super simple. You just need to buy 4 different ammo mods. And then if you don't know where to look, the Ether Investigator could be tricky, but there's many guides out there showing you where all of the different audio logs and things are. I believe this is all from Terminus. So basically, if you just look up a guide to find all the intel locations on Terminus, this will get basically all of this done. But now I guess we're moving on to the more juicy ones, especially as these are the prestige challenges now. And actually, I forgot to mention, although we've covered pretty much every Dark Ops challenge on the channel, you don't need to do any Dark Ops challenges for the 100% calling card. These are just extra challenges that, like I say, don't count towards the 100%. But if you want any of these like really cool calling cards for yourself, again, there's multiple guides on the channel. Just basically look up whichever one you want to find. But going back to the prestige challenges, you do need to get to Master Prestige to unlock all of these. This is why it's taken so long to make this video, because unlike other YouTubers out there, I do actually go out and touch grass sometimes. But as soon as you enter Prestige 1, you'll be on Trade Tools, which again, these are relatively straightforward. Again, getting 750 kills with akimbo pistols and speed cola on, so basically just do a game with the GS45s and speed cola. 1,000 critical kills with sniper rifles or marksman rifles. Marksman rifles are obviously going to be the best thing for this, or like the quickest thing for this. Again, 20 kills rapidly with an assault rifle or SMG 50 times. Kill 50 elite zombies with shotguns, and also get 15 kills without reloading with an LMG 25 times. And if you don't know, a lot of LMGs have like 2, 3, even 400 bullets in a mag if you've got extended mags on. So again, raining death is easy. But Flow State, this is easily like one of the more difficult challenges, as you need to kill 50 zombies in a row with your melee weapon without being damaged. One of the easiest spots to do this is actually in the spawn of Liberty Falls, where you can jump onto this truck and basically just kill all the zombies as they come up. You've got plenty of time whilst they're doing their animation of jumping up onto the truck with you. So basically the idea here is just to load up directed mode on Liberty Falls, because then that way the round will stay on round 3 as long as you do not buy any doors, which means you'll always be one hit killing them with any melee attack, so any knife, baseball bat, drill, etc. And as soon as you get 50 kills without being touched, then yes, you'll obviously get flow state. So that's a cool little tidbit for you if you're struggling with this particular card. But then Quench quest, again, is relatively simple. I believe you might have to use some gobblegums for this, especially like the sugar high, because you need to acquire 8 perks before the start of round 10. So basically just use a perkaholic before round 10. Get 100 kills with the PhD flopper explosions, 25 critical kills in a row whilst you've got Deadshot Daiquiri active, so just spam your like zoom in button whilst you're shooting, and kill 10 elite zombies with melee macchiato punches. Again, this one could probably take a little while, but it's relatively straightforward again. And also acquire 15 random perk upgrades. Again, this can be from gobblegums. It can also be from certain Easter eggs, like the one on Terminus, where if you shoot all the zombies and the vermin and then finally the mangler that's in the cages in the sort of like center power room, you will be granted with a random perk upgrade. So doing that 15 times can also get this done. But then moving on to Distraction, which is going to be Prestige 3's challenges. Again, these are relatively simple. Get 30 kills rapidly with any score streak, so just basically use the mangler or the chopper gunner like 5 times and you're good. Again, same with Fire Away, just 50 kills this time instead. Explosive Surprise can be a little bit difficult or time consuming because you need to get 500 kills using score streaks that you get specifically from the mystery box. So basically, again, maybe in one of your high round games, just try and spam the box and get something like a chopper gunner, Hellstorm, or even a mutant injection from the box, and obviously just try and get as many kills as you can whilst you're doing that. I'd say this one is one of those you should track whilst you're doing all the others as well. And then the only other one that's tricky here is Juggler, which you need to kill 10 zombies with 5 different score streaks in a single game. So again, that could be Sentry Gun, that could be Hellstorm, that could be a chopper gunner, it could be a mutant injection, can even be a mangler cannon, as well as of course the RCXT and the hand cannon too now. So that should be fairly straightforward. Again, you can also craft them at the crafting bench, and these do stack on top of each other. So if you're like working on major ordnance, whatever kills you get for that will work for Juggler too. And then for Spell Slinger, so the Prestige 4 challenges, these are all about your field upgrades. So again, amped up is earn 25 fully charged medals, which is killing 20 or more zombies in a single use of a field upgrade. So that can be any of them. And the reason why this is there is because all of these other challenges are based on 10 or 15 kills. But 10 billion watts again is super simple, especially now that the Dark Flare field upgrade got boosted in a recent update. Well, I say recent, like a month or so ago now. Main tank again is relatively easy, get 10 kills whilst your Frenzy Guard is active. Team player is actually going to be the one that's going to be most time consuming, because basically what you need to do is when either yourself or a friendly is low on health, so when it's flashing red, so I believe that's around about 25% less health, you then need to use your healing or a field upgrade and kill 5 zombies super quickly. Again, hopefully I've got footage of that I'm going to be showing you now as like an example, but of course it's going to be time consuming and you have to be careful because you have to basically take damage on purpose but not enough damage to go down, use the healing aura, then get 5 kills super quickly. So if you go into a much higher round, obviously you got more chance of going down and not killing as many as you need, but obviously if you're in a much lower round, this is going to be a lot easier. So you definitely have to do this over multiple games. Again, Ether Shroud kills are easy, Cluster Bomb is relatively easy as well if you want to mix that in with the elite kills, so killing zombies with insta-kill active with the Cluster Mine, like you can get 25 kills super easy with the Energy Mine if you're doing that in higher rounds too. But for that, Spell Slinger is relatively straightforward, you shouldn't really have any problems with that. Dismemberment is also relatively straightforward. It again can just be a little bit time consuming, but you just need to get kills with the relevant lethal equipment. So again, with Fire and Forget, get 10 lethality medals, which is killing 20 zombies rapidly with only lethals and field upgrades. Armageddon, which is getting 10 kills with a single blast trap or C4 10 times. Kill it with fire can be a little bit finicky, but again, if you want to kind of do a similar strat with insta kills, you can basically get an amalgam down to relatively low health, pop an insta kill or use an insta kill, then throw a thermo grenade at them, and then once you do that method to kill 3 of them, then that's how you get this done. And then basically if you do exactly that same strat but with Molotovs against special zombies, so against Manglers or again the new Doppelghasts, you need to do that 50 times in order to get perfectly charged. So again, this one is hella time consuming, but again, those two are going to be sort of like the harder ones, or like I say, most time consuming ones in this particular section. And then when you prestige again and unlock expert tactics, again, I'm pretty sure these are fairly straightforward. Perfect harmony, you just need to get 10 rapid kills after enemies are distracted by a tactical equipment. So again, that can be decoy grenades, it can be symbol monkeys, even concussions as well. So just make sure you affect 10 zombies and kill them whilst they're affected by whatever tactical grenade you just threw. But mad science, again, just get 10 kills with a Casimir and then teleport 10 times. Again, just make sure, like, as you're progressing through the game and getting salvage, just buy multiple Casimirs, get 10 kills of it, and then make sure you jump into the actual Casimir, so you teleport after getting 10 kills, and as it says, doing that 10 times will then unlock mad science. And then as you're doing that, you can also keep getting even more kills with the Casimir, because you need to get 200 kills with that in a single match to get space-time tear. Shock and awe is also really simple, just shock 15 zombies with a single shock charge and then kill them all. Yeah, that's it. Like, it can be easily done in a high round again. And another one that's really simple is gullible, so just let 10 or more zombies get killed by your monkey bombs 25 times, so just throw 25 monkey bombs essentially. And then stalking prey can be a little bit hard, because all you've got to do is just throw a smoke grenade into like a horde of zombies. I definitely recommend running melee macchiato. That's got like the vampiric augment on it that gives you health back whilst you're attacking, because if you just train up a bunch of zombies, throw a smoke into the middle of them, and then just start wailing on them with your melee weapon, that is going to be the quickest way to get this done. And then moving on to local guide, again, these are all relatively straightforward. So breaking and entering, you just need to buy 6 doors before the start of round 5, which again, you can use gobblegums to give you extra points if you really want to, but you should have enough to buy 6 doors, especially if you're just using them around the starting areas. You also need to kill 100 zombies with traps in a single match. Again, relatively straightforward. All maps have really good traps, so just use them multiple times to get 100 kills at least. Fun surprise is getting 500 kills with a wonder weapon that you get from the mystery box. So again, just go to the box, get yourself a ray gun or beam smasher or thrusterdyne, and you're good to go. And talking about the beam smasher, how does this work? You just got to kill 50 zombies whilst they are affected by the sonic pulse of the beam smasher. So using your left trigger to make them stunned. Stun 50 zombies across your game and kill them whilst they're stunned, and then that will get this done. Collect them all. Again, it's relatively simple. Just buy every gun off the wall, but when you buy the gun off the wall, make sure you get 10 kills with said gun. And once you've done it for all of the guns available in the game, that will then give you the collect them all calling card. I guess the best map to do this on would be Liberty Falls, because I think that's got the least amount of guns on the wall, but again, doesn't overly matter what map you do this on. But in Old Faithful, I did have like a little bit of trouble registering the kills for this. I believe what you need to do, or like with certain weapons, is you cannot pack-a-punch them. I know some people have been pack-a-punching and it's been absolutely fine, but for me personally, whenever I was taking my starter weapon, turning it to legendary and then also pack-a-punching it to make sure that it could definitely get kills in like the higher rounds, because of course it takes a little while to get it to legendary, it was not registering any kills whilst it was pack-a-punch. So what I did in the end was just keep the weapon as it is in its natural state from the very beginning. So do not pack-a-punch it, take it to legendary rarity, and just basically whacking out that weapon whenever I got an insta-kill, especially if I wasn't doing this on directed mode. But I guess the best way to go with this is to jump in a directed mode game so it doesn't go past round 15, and any legendary weapon will still be enough to basically kill the zombies nice and easily. But basically, if you are having trouble registering kills with Old Faithful, do not pack-a-punch the weapon. Keep it as base value, because I think if the weapon like changes to a completely different name or a completely different type of weapon, like the GS45's going from like a regular pistol to like an explosive pistol, that might cause it to like not register. So yeah, as I say, just get like a really good LMG or assault rifle as your starting weapon, or possibly even one of the shotguns, and just use that instead. And then once you get to Prestige 8, you'll unlock the Sweet Tooth challenges, and all of these challenges you have to activate the relevant buff or like the relevant status with the Gobblegum. So like with Extinction Event, you need to use the Killjoy Gobblegum to spawn in an insta-kill and then get 100 kills with that specific insta-kill active. Easy lobotomy is literally as it says, easy, because you just use Idolize and Free Fire at the same time to get 25 rapid critical kills, so headshots. Full power is get literally 100 kills after activating an Ultra Gobblegum, which of course Ultras are the reds, so you can literally pop a Perkaholic and then go on and get 100 kills, and then that will complete that challenge. Phalanx again is relatively easy, just get 25 kills using melee weapons when you've got the shields up, Gobblegum, and the Frenzy Guard field upgrade active. So pop shields up, pop Frenzy Guard, kill 25 zombies with a melee attack. And then Value Town is basically using a fire sale as well as the crate power Gobblegum to basically mean that you only spent 10 points on the box, and then as long as you've got crate power active, you then pack-a-punch that weapon when you pick it up, essentially, as the challenge says, getting a pack-a-punched weapon from the mystery box for only 10 essence. And close call is again a little bit more finicky. We actually just more recently uploaded a video specifically for this challenge, because you can do this relatively easy in certain areas of Terminus to again guarantee you getting kills with the Anywhere But Here, because essentially for this you need to get kills with the explosion that happens after using Anywhere But Here. But also you guys were very keen to point out, and very right to point out, that the Nowhere But There Gobblegums also works with this challenge. So basically, if you've got a mate that can jump in a game with you, get them to go down on purpose, use the Nowhere But There, and that's also another easy way to get this done. Just, I always play solo, so I didn't actually really think of that. But again, if you want to check out the easiest solo method to do this, the video just happened last week, so go and check that one out. And then for Prestige 9, again, these ones are just kind of time consuming more than anything, because in the Survivalist tabs, you've got the Bell's Tolls, which is in Liberty Falls, survive 5 consecutive rounds without leaving the church, while solo, again, really straightforward, just open up the church nice and early, get there by round 7, round 8, and whilst you're in there, you can also pack a bunch of weapons, so by round 12, 13, you can then leave and get this done. Perk 0 can be a little bit tricky because you need to survive 25 rounds without buying any perks, but again, you can still upgrade your weapon and pack-a-punch it, and also go and get the 3-tier armor, so it's not too difficult because you can also use wonder weapons and things as well, so as long as you've got a good setup and a good weaponry, you should be fine with this. Safe and Sound, again, is relatively easy. All you got to do is exfil after round 20 10 times, so go to round 21, exfil, rinse and repeat that 10 times. Going the distance is surviving 115 total rounds. That is not in one game, so basically by doing Safe and Sound, you'll be doing going the distance. I don't even know why this is actually a challenge, because you just need to survive 115 rounds across all games. Hunker Down, again, can be a little bit difficult, so again, get to round 15 without leaving the starting area. But again, you can use Gobblegums if you want to upgrade your weapon, pack-a-punch it, give yourself a Perkaholic so you can definitely survive, and just stay in the starting area. Do not buy any doors until round 15 and you'll get this. But then Trials and Tribulations is a little bit finicky, because when it says complete 5 or more trials in a single match 10 times, so yes, you do need to do this in 10 separate games, but it also requires you to get the legendary reward. So basically doing whatever trial to the maximum. You can't just say get the rare or the purple reward. You have to get the golden or legendary reward for each trial in 5 separate trials in a single game, and do that 10 times over. That's one thing that again we were figuring out live, and chat was actually telling me, because I didn't know this, that you did have to get the challenges to legendary status for it to count. So whenever you're doing a challenge, make sure you get it to golden rarity. And then for 10th prestige, you'll unlock Ele-Mental, which again has a really long time consuming calling card, or challenge I should say, because random elements is going to take some time. But just to sort of go over the others real quick, building an army can be done again really easily. As it says, as long as you put the plague augment on the brain rot ammo mod, the first zombie that you hit with the brain rot will have a chance to spread the brain rot to other zombies as well. So what you can do is you can also pair that with the extension augment on brain rot, so you've got all of your brain rot zombies on the longest time, and that way you have the best chance of getting 5 zombies at once. I got this multiple times just playing the game, so basically the higher the round you go in, obviously the more zombies are going to spawn in, the more chance of them all being turned. So just get yourself to sort of round 20 plus, I'd say. Chuck on a brain rot with the plague augment and the extension augment and you'll be absolutely fine. But again, it is kind of luck based at the end of the day. Supermassive, again, is really easy. It's actually really easy if you do this on Citadel Daymore, because all it requires you to do is get Graviton medals, and you can use incantations for this too. So if you do the Void Sword step and unlock the Void incantation, you can just simply use that and get 5 kills with that incantation and it will count. But again, the Shadow Rift mod also counts for this, so just get 5 or more kills with Shadow Rift 25 times. Cold Dead Hands is again kill 5 or more zombies that are slowed or frozen by the cryo freeze. Again, there's an augment that causes a big orb to explode potentially from one of the zombies that are affected by the cold, which then makes all of the surrounding zombies that touch that orb freeze, giving you 10 to 15 zombies to very easily kill whilst they're frozen. So that is another augment that I highly recommend that you run if you're trying to get the Cold Dead Hands. And then Crispy, again, get 10 kills or more whilst zombies are set on fire with the Napalm Burst ammo mod. Again, just run the augment augment that I'm showing you on screen, which will help the fire spread to other zombies. There's also one that spreads fire when the zombies explode, or like zombies explode if they're on fire and then it spreads to others. And as long as you kill 10 zombies that are affected by this fire in relatively quick succession, again, you'll be working on this. Crispy can be a little bit tough because it's hard to see what zombies have and haven't been affected by the fire, but again, just round them up, get them all in a group, start shooting at them, and as I say, if you've got both of those augments I'm showing you on screen, that will be the best way to get this done. Stupefy, again, is relatively simple. Just add the augments that increase the amount of zombies that get affected by the Electric Blitz mod, or Deadwire, sorry I keep calling it Electric Blitz, I mean Deadwire, and as long as 10 or more zombies are being affected by the Deadwire effect, if you then kill them whilst they're still being electrified by the Electric Blitz, you will then obviously count towards that, and all of those challenges, you need to do that 25 times. But then Random Element requires you to rapidly kill 5 zombies with ammo mod activations 500 times. So basically, any of the supermassive Cold Dead Hands, Crispy, and Stupefy kills that you're working towards will go towards Random Elements. Because this is specifically asking you for ammo mod activations, I highly recommend that you keep the Stupefy strat going, because if you have that Thunderous Augment on that affects a large majority of zombies, I believe if you kill 10 or 15, that actually does add multiple counts to Random Elements. But this is by far going to be one of the longest challenges, because it's going to require you going through multiple games, running various elements, and I believe you can also use the Shadow Rift incantation in Citadel Day More. So basically what we were doing, and hopefully as I'm showing you in the footage now, we were running around in spawn, hitting enemies with the Electric Blitz, and then also killing them with the incantation, and we actually managed to fly through that quite quickly. Each game that I did this in, I was getting sort of like 70 to 80 points done towards the 500 of this, so basically in about 7 or 8 games we got it done. But definitely Electric Blitz was the most sort of like common and therefore the fastest ammo mod to proc to obviously get this challenge done. So I highly recommend the Deadwire ammo mod when going for this particular challenge. And then once you get to Prestige Master, you're going to unlock the upgraded and ready section of the challenges, and I'll be completely honest, these are super simple. Again, there's one which is unstable, which is a little bit finicky, which I'll come to in a moment. But first of all, you've got Shadow Reaper, which again is just get 100 kills, whilst you've got the Void Sheath Augment on Aether Shroud active. So basically the one that forces you to use your melee weapon. So just get 100 kills with your melee weapon with Void Sheath on. But you've also got Feet First, which is with PhD Slider, get 20 multi-kills with it. So basically just sliding into zombies, getting multiple kills. I believe you don't have to get these all done in one like slide. Like for instance, if I slide into zombies and then get 2 kills and then slide into them again like almost instantly and get a couple more kills, as long as I'm getting 5 or more kills in quick succession, that will count as 1 multi-kill towards the 20 that we need. Again, knockout is really simple. With the triple shot augment on Melee Macchiato, rapidly kill 10 zombies whilst you're on at least round 10 or higher, again 10 times, and as long as you're seeing like your kill count, so on your screen obviously you get your points for the amount of kills that you get, as long as you can make that go up to times 10 or more, that will count as 1. So as soon as you get to times 10 or higher, let the counter refresh and then go again, and then just rinse and repeat that 10 times and you'll get this done. And Sizzle, again with the Electric Cherry augment on Elemental Pop, kill 100 zombies that are stunned by said Elemental Pop. This can also be done with an insta-kill, mind you, and we did that actually by accident on stream. But basically with the Electric Cherry augment on, whenever you reload you will create an electric burst, and the burst actually becomes more potent and has a larger radius depending on the amount of ammo that you've got left in your clips. So if you've got a load of ammo left and you reload, it'll just do a short burst, but if you're completely out of ammo and you're reeling a full magazine, that'll create the largest burst. So the idea is to maybe just grab a secondary weapon that doesn't really mean anything to you, shoot the ground or the sky with that gun until you fully reload, swap to a more powerful weapon and kill the zombies that are currently being like hit with the electric. And the electric is actually quite handily a different color to Electric Blitz. It's actually purple, so you can tell the difference. As long as you kill 100 zombies affected by that purple electric, you'll then obviously get this done. Don't Touch Me again is also really simple. With the Retribution augment attached to Frenzied Guard, let 100 zombies basically touch you whilst your Frenzied Guard is active, and they will explode on contact. And once 100 zombies do that, you'll then get the Don't Touch Me. Again, it can be across multiple games, across many attempts, across multiple activations of Frenzied Guard. Just make sure you got the Retribution augment attached to it, otherwise it won't be counting towards this challenge. And then Unstable is again a little bit finicky. In the challenge, it is written that with the Supermassive augment for Shadow Rift equipped, kill 100 zombies with the Shadow Rift explosion. I was pulling my hair out trying to get this done until I ultimately had to resort to Googling and like YouTubing another way to get this done. And I just want to give a big shout out to Zone X, because obviously in that video that I watched of theirs, they pointed out that you also need the Topple Danger augment equipped, and it is hella bugged where when this activates, it actually only warps one zombies but stuns or knocks over a bunch of zombies in the near vicinity, and those zombies that get knocked over by the Shadow Rift are the ones that you need to kill and are the ones that count towards this challenge. So again, put on Topple Danger, round up the zombies, shoot into the horde, and whatever zombies topple over or trip over or fall over or stagger, shoot them still whilst they're falling over, whilst on the ground, or whilst they're getting up, because I don't know whether this is intentional or not, but those are literally the only zombies that count towards the unstable challenge. Once you've done that and all the others that we've spoken about, that will then unlock the 100% calling card, which is animated. It is really cool to obviously show that off in game, and as you can see on screen, I have spent 6 days playing Call of Duty Zombies, but take that time with a pinch of salt, because there was just times where I was playing it with my friends just for fun, like I wasn't aiming for any challenges or anything at all. So you can get this done relatively easily. I know this video is like super late because there's probably been a million other content creators that have covered this, but as I said, we've also been covering all of the other Dark Ops challenges as well, which don't count towards this 100%, but if you want to go on and get all of the rest of the calling cards, there's plenty of guides on the channel. So we've been on our own little journey getting everything done, so this does, unfortunately, conclude everything for Call of Duty Zombies. Again, there's going to be more content coming out soon with the Season 2 just around the corner, as well as, of course, all the other future DLCs too, but forgive me if there's a little bit less Call of Duty Zombies content on the channel. This is actually my second channel, as I've got a much larger channel around like Elden Ring and like Soulsborne content over on Jazza97, and in between DLCs, I'm most likely going to be playing other games that are my favorites, like Skyrim, Fallout, maybe even a little bit of like Pokemon, Borderlands, and other FPS shooters as well. So there is still going to be a bunch of content. It might not necessarily be zombies, but again, we might go and play like older Call of Duty Zombies and try and do all the Easter eggs or something. So if you want to stick around for all of that, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And of course, if this particular video has helped you out, be sure to leave a like. Go have fun getting this 100% challenge for yourselves, and I guess I'll catch you in the next video of whatever it is that we make. Bye bye.